Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Ryan. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be talking about a stop animation film called Memoir of a Snail. Now this film was directed by Elliot, and I believe this is his directorial debut. I have seen that he's done some short films with stop animation types, and I believe that that's just his passion overall. So from what I understand, this story is loosely based on his life, so very interesting that he went that route to present this on screen. The film stars Snook, Kodi Smit-McPhee, and Bana. Now, I will say, if you're wanting to take your kids to this, I say don't take your kids because it is definitely an adult film. It is rated R. There is nudity in the film. There's some very serious topics that are brought up. There's death. There's blood. It's a very depressing movie, and I just don't think it's a film that kids should be checking out, which that actually really shocked me because I honestly did not think that that's the route this film was actually going to be. I was thinking more so on the lines of like a Tim Burton film, maybe something like Corpse Bride or Paranorman. That's kind of what I was really expecting out of this film, but the film is a lot darker than that. So you follow a character named Grace, and she is going through the trials and tribulations from her childhood up to adulthood. The film starts off where she is already in her adulthood, and she's recapping events that have happened throughout her life. Now, the fact that we have narration in this film, I'm not really a big fan of that. Another film that really comes to mind is A Christmas Story. Hot take, I do not like that film at all. I do not like constant narration throughout my films, especially when something is so simple going on and I don't really need an explanation for it. And I understand where sometimes that, you may want to get like the character's feelings and get inside their head. I'm for that, but at the same time with this kind of film, throughout, you have a character here that is just narrating the entire thing. A lot of the characters don't really talk. They just kind of make little sounds and make little grunt noises, and some of them don't really have a lot of dialogue, but throughout, you're just seeing kind of tragedy after tragedy after tragedy, which was just a little bit too much for me. I felt that we never really got a break in between those tragedies. You just get one after the other. The animation is great. It looks great on screen. I love like a lot of the things that are in here, both the town and the house that they're staying at. And I felt sorry for this girl, but the fact that a lot of times we just have so many sad things going on and depressing things really going on, it's just like, is there any hope in the movie? And in some case, there is a little bit of hope. There is a little bit of positivity. But I was just like, man, like this is like super depressing. And it just wasn't something that I was really expecting. And it just really caught me off guard. Besides the fact that there is so many depressing things going on in this film, our main character, Grace, is the one that we follow throughout the entirety of the story. And I thought she really wasn't that interesting. She's a hoarder. She likes to collect snails. And she also has a brother as well. Now, there is a story that involves her and her brother, and I'm not going to go into the details of that, but how their lives really are, they are completely different. And she's just very much a person that is just kind of staying at home, really just hoarding like books and snails and just really not doing a whole lot with her life. And I understand that that could be really much relatable for some people. I get that. Like, there are people out there that probably feel really lonely and can't connect with people. And this is definitely Grace's character. Maybe you can relate to this character, but I just felt as this film was kind of progressing, there wasn't really a lot to her character other than the fact that she's had so many bad things really happen in her life. That's not to say that there aren't moments where I was like, okay, like, that was a touching moment, or that was a moment where I actually did enjoy. Like the bond between her and her brother, I actually did enjoy. I think they both are there supporting each other because they both are kind of different and kind of out there. And sometimes when you are different and out there, you need somebody or some type of friend to really help guide you throughout life. And that's kind of what Grace finds here with a certain woman that I won't really talk too much about. But that woman is someone that's very influential for her. And that's kind of like her going force of just kind of continuing on with life and really just progressing as things just happen over and over. There are some really strange things in here, especially when she has her romance that is involved. And the guy that she meets, some of that is super strange. And I was like, wow, that's something I really didn't expect. It really caught me off guard. And just like how she really handles that romance and how this guy that's with her, like what he's actually doing, it was kind of shocking. And just the reveals there with that. But as far as the score for this film, I would give it a 2.5 out of 5. I see a lot of 4 and 5-star reviews, and I'm glad that people are really liking this movie. But for me, I didn't connect on it as much. I didn't feel the emotion as much with the characters, and maybe that's because, again, I'm not really big on narration throughout an entirety of a film, which this really has. You know, from a score standpoint, there really isn't much here that really stood out for me. It just looks really good. It's made really well. And as far as the voice acting, like all that's fine. But the story itself, it just, for me, it left a little bit too much to be desired. So 2.5 out of 5 is what I give this film. What do you guys think about this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you just think it was kind of meh? If you haven't checked it out yet, are you going to check it out when it comes to VOD or streaming? I do believe that this film is probably going to get some type of award in the animation category if it actually does get, in fact, into the Oscars, which I have been hearing talk about that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.